Welcome back to the channel, soap fans. Peacock TV spoilers. We've been tracking this for weeks, and the moment of truth has finally arrived regarding the tragic, twisted saga of Sophia Choi. The upcoming episodes reveal a highly disturbing, calculated plot orchestrated by Amy Choi and Jason Choi. The grieving parents are not just mourning the presumed death of Sophia Choi. Amy Choi and Jason Choi are actively plotting to destroy Holly Jonas. The scene unfolds at the Salem Police Department, where Amy Choi looks Jason Choi dead in the eye and explicitly states that Amy Choi wants Holly Jonas indicted for manslaughter. Can you believe it? The sheer audacity of standing inside a police station and demanding a manslaughter charge against a teenager is staggering. This dark plan to frame Holly Jonas is officially in motion, and the stakes have never been higher. Let's be real for a second. The psychological breakdown of Amy Choi is fascinating but terrifying. Amy Choi is entirely consumed by blind rage and grief. Instead of accepting the reality of the situation, Amy Choi is weaponizing that grief to target Holly Jonas. Amy Choi refuses to acknowledge that Sophia Choi was a highly toxic individual. Sophia Choi spent months making the lives of everyone around Sophia Choi absolutely miserable through vicious cyberbullying. But in the eyes of Amy Choi, Sophia Choi was a perfect angel, and Holly Jonas is the ultimate villain. The delusion is real, and Amy Choi is using that delusion to fuel a vendetta that threatens to ruin the life of Holly Jonas forever. Jason Choi, the newly arrived patriarch, seems perfectly willing to enable Amy Choi in this destructive crusade. This entire situation deeply reminds the longtime viewers of legacy storylines from years past. Think back to the absolute madness when Eve Donovan lost Paige Larson. Eve Donovan went completely off the rails, targeting Ben, Weston, and anyone else Eve Donovan blamed for the tragedy. Eve Donovan allowed grief to mutate into a venomous obsession, blinding Eve Donovan to the truth. Amy Choi is walking down that exact same dark path right now. Amy Choi is channeling that classic Salem trope of the unhinged, grieving mother who will burn the entire town to the ground just to make someone else feel the pain Amy Choi is experiencing. And we cannot talk about legacy without bringing up Nicole Walker, the mother of Holly Jonas. Nicole Walker has spent decades being framed, arrested, and persecuted by the Salem Police Department for crimes Nicole Walker did not commit. Generational trauma is a very real concept on this show. Holly Jonas is currently inheriting the exact same persecution complex that plagued Nicole Walker for years. Holly Jonas is being set up to take the fall, just like Nicole Walker was set up countless times by the DiMera family and various Salem villains. The parallels are absolutely undeniable, and the writers are clearly playing into the rich, tragic history of the family of Holly Jonas. I personally believe this is a huge mistake, because Holly Jonas is the actual victim in this entire twisted narrative. If you ask me, this is a huge mistake, because charging Holly Jonas with manslaughter completely ignores the severe psychological torture Sophia Choi inflicted upon Holly Jonas. Sophia Choi was a walking nightmare. Sophia Choi bullied, manipulated, and tormented Holly Jonas relentlessly. To suddenly flip the script and paint Holly Jonas as a murderer is not just unfair, it is a massive insult to anyone who has ever survived a bully. I will passionately defend Holly Jonas until the end of time, and I will ruthlessly criticize Amy Choi for this hypocritical vindictive witch hunt. Amy Choi needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror instead of pointing fingers at Holly Jonas. The emotional state of Holly Jonas right now is incredibly complex. Holly Jonas is grappling with severe survivor's guilt, which is natural when a peer tragically dies. However, Holly Jonas is also experiencing profound relief because the tormentor of Holly Jonas is finally gone. Holly Jonas recently confessed these dark, complicated feelings to Ariana Horton, admitting that the world feels safer without Sophia Choi in it. That level of honesty is rare, but Amy Choi will absolutely use that honesty against Holly Jonas. If Amy Choi discovers that Holly Jonas feels relieved, Amy Choi will twist those words to prove that Holly Jonas had the motive to commit manslaughter. That's crazy. But here's the kicker. The confrontation is not going to happen in a courtroom. The confrontation is going to happen at the Brady Pub. Yes, you heard that right. The memorial for Sophia Choi is apparently being held at the Brady Pub. Holly Jonas and Tate Black are seen walking into the pub wearing full funeral attire, looking incredibly awkward and terrified. The visual of Holly Jonas and Tate Black stepping into the pub, surrounded by the scent of clam chowder and the glaring eyes of Amy Choi, is absolute cinematic gold. Tate Black is stepping up as the ultimate protector here. Tate Black is fiercely loyal to Holly Jonas, channeling the legendary heroics of Brady Black and John Black. Tate Black refuses to let Holly Jonas face the wrath of Amy Choi alone. The predictive lore surrounding this Brady Pub memorial is explosive. Fans are theorizing that Amy Choi intentionally invited Holly Jonas to the memorial just to stage a public execution of the character of Holly Jonas. Amy Choi wants an audience. Amy Choi wants the entire town to watch as Amy Choi rips Holly Jonas apart. But the real question is whether the Salem Police Department will crash the funeral. Will Rafe Hernandez or Jada Hunter walk through the doors of the Brady Pub holding a pair of handcuffs? Imagine the sheer humiliation if Holly Jonas is arrested for manslaughter right in front of the sandwich counter while Amy Choi smiles in victory. And you won't believe what happens next if the DiMera and Kiriakis families get involved. Tate Black has the full weight of the Kiriakis' fortune behind Tate Black. Holly Jonas has deep ties to the DiMera empire through E.J. DiMera. If Amy Choi thinks Amy Choi can just steamroll Holly Jonas and throw Holly Jonas in prison, Amy Choi is vastly underestimating the powerful families backing Holly Jonas and Tate Black. A legal war is brewing, and Amy Choi might just find out that framing a legacy child in Salem comes with deadly consequences. The tension is building to an absolute boiling point, and the clash between Amy Choi and Holly Jonas is guaranteed to go down in Salem history. Will Tate Black be able to shield Holly Jonas from the legal trap Amy Choi has set? Will the Salem Police Department actually arrest Holly Jonas for the manslaughter of Sophia Choi during the memorial? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. And do not forget to subscribe to Peacock TV Spoilers for all the latest exclusive updates.